Do you or a family member have a history of heart disease, like high blood pressure or maybe a past heart attack? What about pulmonary diseases, like asthma or COPD, or maybe someone has emphysema, or even metabolic disease like renal failure? Now, all of these disorders and diseases are pretty common, and I'm sure that if you have a family history, you might be a little bit worried about how can you decrease your risk, or is it even possible? And I'm currently a health and physical activity major at the University of Pittsburgh, and I'm here to tell you that it is possible. And all you need to do is exercise. I'm going to tell you today about what aerobic exercise is, what are the benefits of aerobic exercise, and how can you incorporate that into your daily life more easily. So let's start with what is aerobic exercise. A lot of people like to call aerobic exercise cardio, and that's because it makes you cardiovascularly active. Your heart is pumping faster, your blood is moving more quickly through your veins, and you are using more oxygen. And that is one way to tell how active you are. If you're walking around the house and you're talking and breathing fine, then you're probably lightly aerobically active. If you have to take a breath in between every couple of words or phrases, that's about moderate. And if you can't talk because you're huffing and you can't get enough air, you're definitely in vigorous activity area. So that's one easy way to tell how aerobically active you are. You could be running, jogging, skiing, dancing, taking a walk through the park, whatever. Now, ACSM does recommend 150 minutes of aerobic activity per week, so you could do this in 30 minutes, 5 days a week, or you could do 3 10-minute bouts to make up that 30 minutes. So keep that in mind. 10 minutes, not much time at all. So what benefits can you get in 10 minutes? ACSM does give us a large array of benefits from aerobic activity, but I'm going to give you those that most accurately depict those benefits you'll get in relation to disease risk. So one of those is an increase in blood volume. If your body has a higher blood volume, you're able to transport oxygen more efficiently and your muscles function more easily. Things are less difficult. A decrease in blood pressure will prevent damage to your arteries, so you won't get that plaque buildup, which can lead to heart attacks. An increase in cardiovascular efficiency because your heart is stronger. An increase in respiratory efficiency. So when you're breathing, doing these daily activities, you're not breathing hard. You're able to get enough oxygen without having to huff as you're, walking to the mailbox. An increase in fat as energy source, and also a decrease in anxiety or stress in your life. And you should know that all of these benefits apply to all populations. So if you are an obese individual and you are 150, 250 pounds overweight and you're doing these exercises, you still reap these benefits. If you're obese and fit cardiovascularly, you have a lower disease risk than someone who is lean but unfit cardiovascularly. So these exercises truly do have a benefit on everyone. So how can you do that? How can you do these exercises? How can you incorporate them into your life? I often hear, I don't want to sweat, I don't have time, I have too many things to do that are more important. And you should know that you can multitask. One of the things that specifically my mother does is clean around the house. She vacuums, making her use her arms, get her heart rate up, walking around. She scrubs. I don't know if you've ever scrubbed a shower, but if you're really scrubbing, you're really breathing. So if your heart rate is up while you're doing it, it counts. If you want to watch TV and have your treadmill in the living room, my dad likes to walk on the treadmill while he watches his favorite TV shows, so that's a great way to multitask. Running errands, take a walk. Instead of driving to the corner, walk the 2 blocks. That's about 10 minutes. Walk there and back. That's more than half of your exercise for the day. Taking the stairs sometimes takes you 5 minutes to take the stairs, takes you 20 minutes to wait for the elevator. Always take the stairs. Skip the drive-through, walk into the bank, wait for the teller, and walk back out. That's a little bit of extra activity. Be more social. Go on charity walks. Maybe ask a friend to play tennis or golf instead of sitting for lunch. or play with kids. My nephew is 5 years old and he runs everywhere, all over the place. And when I'm playing with him, my heart rate is high. So always think about that. Those are some fun ways to get involved. And if these things aren't working for you, you can always increase your motivation in different ways. One way is to utilize music. A really great playlist can get you really pumped up. Or maybe keep a journal so you can say, oh, I did a 10-minute walk today, I played with my grandson for 15 minutes, and I don't know, did jumping jacks while I watched TV. And you'll know when you hit your goal, and you can feel good about that because you see it on paper. Maybe even make a schedule, add it to your calendar. Say, I'm getting up 20 minutes early and doing some exercise, and then before I shower later today, I'm going to do 10 minutes. And that's fine. However you can make it work. So you've heard a little bit about what aerobic exercise is: skiing, running, jogging, dancing, anything that has you breathing heavier. Learned a little bit about what are those benefits and who they apply to, which is everyone. And you've learned a little bit about how you can incorporate into your day maybe without sweating, or maybe while doing another task. So I really hope that this information was helpful to you in realizing how very important exercise is in your daily life, how preventative it is for some of these really, really highly common diseases and disorders that really decrease our abilities to work and perform activities of daily living. And I want you to remember that anything is beneficial. Even if you don't meet those minimum recommendations, it all has a purpose, and it is always helpful for you to exercise, even if it's not 10 minutes, even if it's 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. It's always better to be more active. So even if you take your grandmother for a 5-minute walk around the block, you're decreasing her disease risk and you're decreasing yours. So I really hope you go out and share this with someone that you love and you make a difference in their life.